Hey everybody, joriz here. So I've been doing YouTube for about a month now, and I thought it'd be a great idea to make a video talking about what have I learned in this past month of doing YouTube. What like new information that I've gathered from trying to make it as a creator in the creator landscape. Now to begin this video, I think it's very proper that I have to make an introduction to myself. So here's some context. I actually tried doing this whole YouTube thing 8 years ago, no 9 years ago. I was 8 years old when I made my first video, and it was called Hit the Pit, and I wrote in the description, like this, like it for more. Uh the people did not want more, all right? That's all I'm saying. It just did not work out very well. And so I'm coming here for round 2. I don't know if people still want me here, but I'm trying to do it again. And here's the round 2. Here's the run. And something you'll immediately notice from the majority of my content is that it's not very like optimized for the YouTube algorithm, because that's not something I'm doing, all right? That's not what I'm trying to do. I think optimized videos are videos that are primarily made to appeal to the YouTube algorithm, and I'm not doing optimized videos. I just like saying optimized videos because people usually say Mr. Beastified, but everything regarding Mr. Beast happening right now, I don't think we can use it anymore, alright? But let's talk about my biggest inspirations real quick so you can get a better idea as to how I'm coming from this perspective, alright? Here's my 3 biggest inspirations at the moment. The biggest one right now is very much Technoblade. Well, not right now, just in general, he's the biggest one. He's the one that my channel is primarily based off of. These two I just like a lot, and they're good channels. Or, well, Jerma, I watch more of streams, but, you know, you get the point. And I think that these 3 people, they all have something in common. And I want you to think about what they have in common. Not for long though, because I'm just gonna tell you they have a personality. I just skipped the slide. How did I skip? There you go. That's what I was trying to talk about. God damn it! All right, they have a personality. That's the thing. You go into the videos, they're all not very optimized for YouTube. They're very much not optimized for the YouTube algorithm. Instead, they're just having fun. They're just playing video games and having fun. Okay, well, I chose like the one video of Jerma not playing a video game, but you get the idea. The primary focus of their content is around their personality and not the thing they're doing. And so going back to my channel, I think you can get an idea of what I'm trying to do. I want people to watch my videos from me. You can tell this from like the stories I'm telling or just some random questions I'm asking, because I want people to watch my videos for me and just have like whatever discussion that I might have. Like, I want a slice of their pie, you know, please put me on the team. Now, there are benefits to this type of content that I truly believe are like outweighing the pros of like the whole optimized video format, but I'm going to talk about those later, alright? But what I am going to do now is talk about the thing that I've learned from doing this kind of content. It's surprisingly very difficult. I have no idea how, but playing video games while saying words is a very difficult task, and you wouldn't believe it, alright? Technoblade is a very great example because that's pretty much entirely what he's done. His entire content is just him playing video games while talking about things. And you'd think that this is like a very easy thing to do, but no, it's like very difficult. I have a very hard time doing it. And after I personally tried doing it, I respect Technoblade a lot more for what he's done. And if you don't want to take my word for how difficult this is, here's a sperm donor.
Which is offline recordings. I really didn't like doing recordings offline. And you'd think as a live streamer, you're good at just talking fluidly to a camera without cutting, because that's what you have to do when you're live. But when I would record it offline, I would keep like stop recording, start recording, and do better takes.
So Ludwig is talking about solo commentary. He's just talking about doing solo content. And I think I actually know the reason as to why he's having so much difficulty, because it's the same reason I'm having so much difficulty. This video is just playing again. That's not why. It's because you have no friends, all right? You have no one to talk to. There's no chat to talk to. You have no response from anyone. Even right now as I'm doing this, it's a little awkward because you, the audience, I don't get to see your response. I don't know how you feel about what I'm saying right now or what I'm doing. It's like a very difficult thing, you know? 0 friends to talk to. You don't get to see these chat messages and think, man, I really wish I had a better chat. There's just no response. It's like when I asked people in Roblox how they felt about Joe Biden leaving the election. I just didn't get any response. I don't know why. I feel like that was very important. Anyways, being entertaining without having anyone to bounce off of is very hard. It's not an easy task to do, which is why I said earlier that I do respect the Technoblade even more than I already did, because this kind of content is very difficult to make, especially with what he's doing. He's playing video games while telling jokes and also talking about random stories. These are 3 very difficult things to do. That is not easy. which is the time to say that it actually is pretty easy, all right? It's kind of going against my point, but ultimately, he is just playing games and saying words, and I'm ultimately just playing games and saying words. It's not like I look like this guy after I do a gaming recording session. I don't know what happened to this guy. I don't know why I even have an image of this, but what is difficult is just being entertaining in real time. It's just not something I'm very comfortable with, and clearly I'm not the only one alone on this, because Ludwig also had the same problem, and the dude's a very established YouTuber. Now, why bother doing this? If it's actually very difficult, why bother even doing this? And also, the video contents aren't even optimized for YouTube. It's not very good, and so the audience is also a lot smaller, and it's kind of like difficult to make it in like this sense, or like get the initial spark to blow up and become a huge channel with this kind of format. So why do this? Well, it's because of the benefits, and I think there's a very great amount of benefits from doing this kind of content. For starters, I think the biggest thing is that the audience watches you for you. They're more willing to like stay with you. I feel like I'm giving like a business presentation now. I don't really like that that's what's happening, but it's kind of what's going on. But anyways, the second benefit is that you don't pigeonhole yourself into making a certain type of content. A lot of people who do the whole optimized video content formula, they end up pigeonholing themselves to doing that only type of content, like challenges or Minecraft butt. Like there's a lot of channels who do that, and in the near future, I think their channel won't do very well because they'll eventually run out of like gimmicks or ideas, or people just move on and they get replaced. It's not a very good format to keep going with. And another thing is that you don't really compete with others when you're doing this kind of format, because like I said, people are watching you for you, so you don't really have to worry about competition, although you kind of still do. It's not really a thing that forever goes away. And one of the last things is that you stand out from the crowd because you have a distinct personality. People watch you for you. Now, as to obtaining this personality, you can probably go watch DougDoug's video on it. I think he did a much better job at this. I didn't link the video here. I just realized I should have. Anyways, all this is to say that I don't actually care about the benefits or the downsides from doing this kind of content, because I just like this kind of content. I miss this kind of format of YouTube where, like, how do I explain this? A lot of YouTube nowadays feels like it feels like media you'd see from like TV shows and whatnot, and not like YouTube videos, not videos you'd see on YouTube, which is what it was like back then. And I miss that format because it's not really prevalent anymore. And so I want to do it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tell stories and be silly, and that's what I'm hoping will happen. And I hope that eventually an audience will follow through with this, or well, they'll follow me with this. Anyways, as we're reaching the closing remarks here, let's talk about the final thing. Why do I want to do this? What do I want from YouTube? And ultimately, I have like 3 things in mind that I want from YouTube. I want friends. I think being a Hypixel Skyblock player has not been great. I just want to have friends. It's not playing a that game is just not fun. All right, I need friends. I want friends. The second thing is that I find happiness out of making others happy. This is something Jerma said in one of his like videos. I'll link it once again. And it's just something I resonated with a lot, because I do not find happiness because I'm a Hypixel Skyblock player. It's just a curse. And the last thing is, of course, I want money, all right? Let's get real here. All the YouTubers, they want money to some degree. So yeah, that's like about it. I do hope that at least some people or aspiring YouTubers that made it through this entire video somehow, their philosophy is changing about YouTube, and I hope they do a different approach, because I think this approach is a lot better. And also, I think it's more entertaining. And also, I'm kind of being selfish here, so I'm gonna go end the video now. Goodbye.